Hey King Fit fam, this is Andrew, and today I want to look at using distance a little bit with an opponent. I notice a lot of the times that boxers are just kind of sitting kind of close, and being in range for that other boxer to be able to punch you. It's not my style. I don't want to be punched. In the amateurs where I compete, I don't want them to score points on me. And in a street fight, I definitely don't want them to be able to land a shot. So there's no reason to let them stay close. You want to land your punches, of course, but then you want to get out of there. So let's today look at that, using that long guard to get away, all right? So you might have entered close enough for your opponent to land. Maybe you used some good footwork, some head movement, maybe you rolled into it, you weaved into it. You might have used a little bit of a smother tactic, like the Philly shell into a swoop. You're landing some punches. You landed what you wanted to do, you did well. What I wanted you to focus on is using that jab and kind of pushing away. All right, so you're pushing away. I'll show you this side. So we just got in, we're landing some punches. Use that stiff arm to push away. In the amateurs, you can't leave that out there for more than a second. 1/1000, you got to bring it back in. But you can use that to get your distance again. You might swoop in, land some punches, and then get the heck out of dodge. And you'll see what I'm doing here. I'm keeping that chin tucked, that elbow close to the body, so they can't land that hook as easily when you're exiting. And I'm keeping that right hand nice and tight. Now the front view here, you can see that there is a little bit of an opening if they were to throw an uppercut. They could try to throw an uppercut, but if you look at how far away I am, it's pretty hard to land an uppercut with that distance. And my elbow's nice and close. So if I see an uppercut coming, sometimes you can see him, sometimes you can't, I might bring that elbow here, right? And then I have a really tight guard. So I might be getting in, throwing my punches, escaping, right? There's not a lot to hit. They might be able to try to come over the top of my jab hand, right, with their right hand. Of course, there's always something open anytime you punch. However, this is a pretty limited vulnerability here, right? You don't have to just sit in front of your opponent and let them, rail off on you. Use that distance. Get in using good tactics and techniques, right? You might be swooping down, get in there, throw your punches, and then get out, and then you're at distance. Then you have enough time to see what they're throwing. You have enough time to set up your next shots. So if you're looking for a drill to do, one drill that I like to do is work on getting in and out. Today we're not really looking at ways to get into your punching range. We're just kind of looking at getting out. But you have a bag here, you get in and get out. And I could also use the right hand to get out, or my power hand, right? So I'm in here landing punches. I throw a right, and it's a stiff arm. I'm letting that elbow completely straighten out. Or that left elbow or that right elbow. And you're using your bone structure, not just muscles, to get you that distance. And that's important to remember. If I was here and I left a little bit of an elbow bend, I could get away, sure. I'm not going to get as far away, but I'm also relying on the tricep and those shoulder muscles. Versus here, I get to really use the bone structure, that skeletal structure. Right? And if you want to use that right, same deal here. That left elbow's in. It can go to stop an uppercut. It can be there to stop a rib shot. That chin is tucked, and that shoulder's nice and high. And you can do some great defense there. So again, I went down a rabbit hole. For your drill, you can work on getting inside, throw your punches, and then use that stiff arm to get out. Inside, throw your combo, use that jab to get out, or use that right hand. If you have a bag that moves, you can kind of follow that bag, throw your punches, and use that that stiff arm to get away. And what's happening with my feet is it's kind of like a pendulum, right? So if you watch my feet here, I'm kind of pushing off that front foot as I stiff arm. I lay my punches, push off that front foot, and kind of skate back, right? Or if I'm throwing that right, still pushing off that front foot. My left, push off, lay in that good boxing stance. Push off, lay in that good boxing stance. It's a small thing, but it is a game changer. I am in the ring. I'm not letting you get close enough to hit me. if I have to be close enough to hit you, you can hit me. I'm going to throw my combos, and I'm getting the heck out of dodge. So you start adding that to your shadow boxing, your bag work, your sparring, your competing, and I think you're going to see a big difference in how many times you're punched versus how many times you're punching them. All right? If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.